Got Derek Chisora on the line, hopefully. Derek's not been feeling too well. He was due to come in, but had to pull out at the last minute after a spot of food poisoning. I won't go into it any more than that. Obviously, I won't get too graphic. Hopefully, Derek's on the line. Derek, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
Yeah, Derek. First of all, Derek, what was it like today coming face to face once again, admittedly through a metal bar, metal sort of chain link fence with David Haye? It must have been. What was it like?
Schmuck. He's a schmuck, that boy, you know. Like a smell. He was scared. At least he dressed up for the occasion. He actually went and bought a suit this time. Yeah. So you have to give him a props to that. Give him a shout out to that, you know.
But did you get any sense when you were standing there looking at him? Because you bumped into him in a restaurant, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you, as well? But this was the first time you've officially been face to face. What do you think what was going through your mind, Derek, as you stood there?
I'm just ill with nothing else. I was just like, oh Jesus Christ, I need to get better so I can start training. You know, he's all talk, man. You know how David talks, so he's all talk right now.
And Derek, since this fight was suggested to you, since you found out it was actually going to happen, have you put a training plan in place? Are you going overseas? Are you going to have a training camp in Scotland? What's your plan?
I'm gonna take a couple of weeks in. I'm gonna do a couple of weeks in Poland, so I can watch the Euros, because I got some tickets for the matches there, and I'll be training there. They've got a great gym out there. They've got great people I can spar with. So I figured we go Poland, me and Don Charles. So we'll be going there for 2 weeks.
Now, Derek, since that night in February, you've kept a fairly low profile. You did a short appearance on our show here from a show outside of Moscow, a month or so ago. But I mean, is what happened out there after your fantastic performance against Vitali, is that something that's been on your mind almost every day, that you're just itching for the chance to get in the ring and put it right?
No, the fight was going to happen that way, because the public kept on asking for the fight. It's not like we forced them to put him in the ring and we're like, you going in the ring? The public said, we want to watch you fight. And then he decided to come to the table and say, let's fight. And me and Frank say, let's do it.
Now, have you had as you go about your business, Derek, I've seen pictures of you painting this shop pink, and I've seen pictures of you shopping, in your mug boots. I mean, have people been coming up to you on a regular basis and saying to you they can't wait to see you beat David Haye, fight David Haye?
Bloody dogs.
Has that been happening, Derek?
Pardon?
I mean, have people been coming up to you on a regular basis and asking, and telling you they can't wait to see you fight David Haye? Is that something that's been happening on a regular basis?
Yeah, so I'm just, when people have been coming up, but what I really love most is the young kids coming up to me, man, like want to take pictures, because they see me, they know the craziness of me, but at the same time they love it. It's not like, and the older people as well, they want pictures, want to hang out with me and stuff like that, which is great.
Now, Derek, do you have any regrets at all about that night? Any regrets about what happened once you got out of the ring?
I got, on the whole night, it was me saying I want to shoot David, but you know what? Okay. I do regret about that, because I never owned a gun, and I never will own a gun, and I would never want to take anybody's life, because he's got kids, it's just madness. I would never say that. That's one thing I have to say. I deeply apologize to that.
All right, well, listen, Derek, it's been a pleasure talking to you tonight. I hope you're starting to feel a bit better, and we'll speak to you very, very soon. Derek Chisora there. Thanks, Derek.
Keep taking the... Well, David, a lot of talking in the build-up to this. A lot of people with their opinions about whether or not it should happen. It is going to happen. What's your take on it?
Whether people want it or not, as you said, it's going to happen. So if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. If you do, fantastic, you're going to get a great fight. Boxing's about two guys fighting each other, obviously with rules. We've done it without rules, and ideally that wouldn't have happened. But if that wouldn't have happened, maybe this fight wouldn't have happened with me and him. The hysteria surrounding it, the amount of media worldwide interest in this fight, the amount of people that pull me up on the streets daily. Fight Derek Chisora, shut him up, you guys are such an idiot, you have to do it. You have to, I'm like, okay then, let's get it on. So I've got an opportunity now. Summertime, I'm already in decent shape. All I've got to do is, taper down and go out there and teach this boy a lesson. I already have taught him a lesson. In Germany, when he got in my face, he got put on his back real quick. He wants to do it in a bigger forum. Okay.
I have to ask though about that. How much do you regret what happened in Munich?
I don't regret it at all. I think anybody should hold their ground. If anyone comes up to them who threatens them, says they're going to break their jaw when they see them, says they're going to beat them up, says they're going to give them 2 slaps, someone walks into your face, you've got the right to defend yourself, your property, your family. If you get a bully who tries to threaten you to going to do something, it gets in your personal space. I believe every man, woman and child is in their right to defend themselves, and that's exactly what I was doing.
So what about the fight itself when it comes to happen? Derek fancies it, obviously, as he must.
He fancied his last three title fights, which he lost. Just because he fancies something, doesn't mean he gets it. I've seen him fight before. He's a solid club fighter. The only reason this fight's happening is because he's so crazy. The guy does stupid things. He says silly things. He gets arrested for silly things. And the hype sold. And I'm going to have to do it for real. He's going to realise that I'm not one of these big, tall, giant guys who's just trying to get away from him. We're the same size, and he's never would have been hit as hard as he's going to get hit against me before.
He's going to be right in your face, isn't he? He'll bring the fight to you. He models himself on Joe Frazier. That's what he's going to try and do.
We're planning for that. I'm praying for that. If you look through my record at guys who have tried to press me ever since the Carl Thompson fight, the whole blueprint to beat me is get into the second half of the fight because I'm going to fade and they're going to take over. Well, that's never happened. The only guy to beat me since then was Vladimir Klitschko, who outboxed me. And he was only able to do that because he was so big. With good athletic, good long arms. He had about 4 inches in height on me. This guy's the same size. He's not a boxer. He's a pressure fighter. So he's the polar opposite to the guy that beat me in my last fight. So. For me, this is going to be fun.
David, people are going to be talking about the possibility still in the future of a fight against one of the Klitschkos, probably Vitali, and Bernd Bonter, his manager, has already said, get this fight on against Derek Chisora, and that can still happen. Is that your ambition?
Ideally, I've always said that was the only fight I wanted. That fight doesn't like it's happening for the next foreseeable future. So, with not being there, I'm always in shape. I'm always in the gym training. So, got the opportunity, in 10 weeks to smash up Derek Chisora. I think it's a no-brainer for me. It's a simple answer. Do you fancy having a fight? Ideally, it'd obviously be Vitali or Vladimir. That's not going to happen. So, probably the next person on the list, I'd say, would be Chisora. So, here we go.
And finally, 35,000 probably going to be here watching it. I mean, it's going to be a huge event, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you confident this time you can really deliver and do yourself justice?
Yeah, no doubt about it. You've got to look at the calibre, the difference in calibre of opposition. I was fighting Vladimir Klitschko, so people regard him as the best fighter on the planet. I went into that fight, did best I could on the night. It wasn't enough, but his attributes and Derek Chisora's attributes are so polar opposite, and the things that I struggled with Vladimir, I will not struggle with Derek. And I haven't looked forward to a fight like this for a long time because of the stuff he's been saying, not only to the public, but to people out there in the world, people I know. It's time to shut this guy up. The guy's a bully. The guy is used to saying whatever he wants to say because he's a big guy. He goes up to an average guy on the street. He can intimidate people. He slapped Vitali in the face. There was no response. He spat in Vladimir's face. No response. He's used to no one reacting and responding to his bully tactics, but he can't do that with me. And I think he'll realise that on the night. He might try and rush in, but he's going to rush into some big punches. And I guarantee everybody claims before they fight me that they're going to walk through me, they're going to get into it. Once people start tasting the power, they soon revert away from just letting their hands go. And I'm hoping that he doesn't. I hope he just keeps punching, because the more he punches, the more punishment I'll inflict.